I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming. And the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave. Good morning. It's time for Live and Learn, the Gratitude Show. First thing in the morning. It's 5:08 a.m. in the morning. It's Monday, January 6th, an auspicious day. Nah, not in my opinion. 2025, Happy New Year. Welcome back to Live and Learn. We're back from our holiday break. I stepped away from the microphone and camera for a little bit to enjoy my holiday break. Do some packing, get some moving done. I'll be completely moved in by the end of the month. And things are looking good. How are you doing? I missed you guys. I got my studio in the condo now. So buttons, as Ma says. She also said, live and learn. Live and learn. And that is the name of this show. Here we are at the subway station, first thing in the morning, getting the first train into Boston and Cambridge. It is 21 degrees Fahrenheit. Remember, if the temperature dips under 20 degrees, leave your faucet on a little bit of a trickle, because you don't want your pipes to freeze. The moving water won't freeze. And so that's like if the weather's 20 degrees or under, to turn on your faucet just a little bit, a little drip, maybe I'll find the woman of my dreams. I hope the audio holds up. One of my biggest fears is doing this show and looking back after a half an hour of footage and you're like, oh, I can't use this. Here we are at the subway station, first thing in the morning. It is cold. That means say a prayer, please, for the unhoused population, the homeless. Also, stay warm yourself. How's the weather where you are? At least, it's not raining, it's not snowing. The streets and the sidewalks are not filled with ice, in this section of the area. And I'm grateful for that. And that's Live and Learn. Live and Learn is the Gratitude Show, first thing in the morning, where I format my day with gratitude. I start my day I wake up at 3:37 a.m. I roll out of bed. I'm already grateful for 8 things because I've reformatted my hard drive to have a gratitude-based operating system. And I have what I call the Foundation 8. It starts off my gratitude list. And then I add to that. I build on that. And so I am grateful, first thing, for my family, my friends, my faith, my freedom, my health, my union job, a good night's sleep, and a solid breakfast. From there, I elaborate. And I build on that. So yeah, I'm just grateful that, all things considered, yeah, it's cold, but it's winter. It's January. By February, it will be the middle of winter. Sometimes, this is Boston, sometimes we get snow all the way up until April Fool's Day. We've gotten blizzards on April Fool's Day a few times. It's actually, it's in the realms of possibilities and probability. It's in the probability amplitude, but we could get a bounty of snow. But yeah, how y'all doing? Did you have a good Christmas break? Did you have a good New Year's? What's your greatest hits for gratitudes of 2024? I did a greatest hits of 2024, greatest gratitudes, and that was the last show I did about a little bit more than a week ago, we've had a work break at my work. We were opening up today, so today is going to be like extra busy because there's nothing done. We have to start from scratch, which is fine because I'm a chef and fresh is always best, you know. But that means like it's just a lot of good things to get done. We got to get the first things done first, prioritize things, and then just keep going. And then tomorrow, everything will stabilize by like Wednesday. The winter, I work at a local area, a Boston area university, and the winter term does not start until February. I work in a retail marketplace location. So this month of January is it's an independent studies term, like a mini term for the students that want to stay, and they can take any course that they want, especially ones that aren't in their major, to give them some, experience in this and that and the other thing, and that's cool. So it's not going to be that busy. It literally takes people a few days to figure out that we're open because we've been closed for 2 weeks. So, I'm grateful that, getting back to work, earning money, and that's that. Yeah. Oh boy, it's so cold. The steam of your breath, Oh boy. How you doing? Good to see you. Thank you so much for dropping in this morning. Hopefully this little video gets up by 6 or 6:30 a.m. I wait until I get to work for the free Wi-Fi to upload the video. Sometimes the uploads get cranky. That's what I say, cranky. And but that's okay, For what it's worth, YouTube is still like, it's free. It's fine. It's fine with me. What did I do this weekend? I was on 3 YouTube shows this weekend. I was on Wes's Thinking Critical on Saturday morning, 10 a.m. U.S. Eastern, talking about comic books with Wes and the gang, with Aaron Sparrow, Max Von Priestley, Josh McDonald, and as always, Doc. Good crew. And then I was on Bandito Bane's show at 7 p.m. that night with his friend Sliff and someone I haven't seen in a while, Makini Draws. He's an artist. Oh, geez. Here we go. I would have gone to the other one, but there is literally an unhoused individual with all of what appears to be their worldly belongings in a push cart in the seat that I wanted. But we'll take this seat instead. Oh, I hope the audio holds up. Oh gosh, there's nothing worse than like, oh wow, look, next stop, there's 30 minutes of unusable footage. Maybe I can just maybe I should make it short and just talk over it. Give it hey everyone. I boomered it again. And I hope you're doing awesome. I hope you're feeling awesome. Hope you're ready for your work week. I hope you're ready for this new year. I mean, I don't have New Year reservations. Reservations? Is that it? I'm having a mind fart right now. What's it called? New Year's resolution? Resolutions, yeah. My resolution is 1080 pixels. I love that one. My resolution is 1080p. That's a good answer. Yeah. What's your New Year's resolution? 1080p. Exactly. That's the answer that you want. Oh, and it's the first train of the day. People get up first thing in the morning. We all beat the sun to the punch clock. Nothing on this train but working class people, blue collared people. It's interesting, like the culture of Quincy. It's literally separated by the Neponset River, and it's the next city south of Boston. So it's adjacent to Boston. It's Boston adjacent. But like with the section of town I'm in, that I've been in for 2 decades, more than 2 decades. I mean, Boston is quite proudly a sanctuary city. So is Cambridge. And so is Somerville. And it's also kind of like, it's well intended, but it's also a little dangerous too. So buttons. And so here in Quincy, it's just, because I grew up here in Boston, it's salt of the earth, local folk. Lots of local folk. Lots of immigrant folk too. But also lots of, there's lots of sketchy people too. Lots of homeless people, lots of junkies. But it's a little different. Than, it's a little different than Boston in a way. Ah, boy. Awesome. Yay. But live and learn. The Gratitude Show.
Next stop.
What are you grateful for? I'm grateful that the tea's working. I'm grateful that I did have a good night's sleep. I had a solid breakfast. Well, solid enough. I had the last 5 bites of my lemon pound cake parfait. And some hot coffee. And that's about it. I'm a simple man. It's a simple life. I found peace. And a lot of that peace is reconciling what you have to what you don't have. And that's what gratitude does. It switches your emphasis from what you don't have and being covetous or envious or longing or even angry, and it switches your focus to what you have and what's in your life. And when you write them down in a list, when your day goes sideways, you can refer to your old list. You can literally count your blessings. It is amazing power. It really does. It opens your eyes. It will give you perspective. It will counter the nagging voice in your head and the anxiety that comes with it. It'll give you purpose. You can better see your purpose through that better perspective. It'll give you eventually lead to peace. Which I'm at that level now. I'm very much content. I'm at peace. A lot of that has to do with,
Entering Wollaston.
Having a simple life. Not a lot of stressors. Not a everything in my arm's reach is really, I'm on top of. There are a couple of things in my life that could be better, of course. And a couple of things I have to work on. Finances, my health. I'm grateful for my health. But you know what? I could be going to the gym. I could be gaining muscle mass. I could be, working on my spare tire. I spent so much time losing weight over lockdown a few years ago that it's all back. All that hard work. But at least I have a method. I know how to do it. I'm grateful for that wisdom, for that knowledge, for that experience, for the
Next
proof of
stop,
my willpower.
North Quincy.
And I desperately need to lose a few pounds. I got chubby again. But that's a conscious choice. You gotta make the time to do it, find the willpower to do it, have the plan to do it. How to lose weight? It's kind of simple. You have to agree to suffer. That is bottom line. Yeah, you have to agree to suffer. And I'm not saying that in a negative way. It's more of maybe even in the Judeo-Christian mold of redemptive suffering, which is, you suffer, but at the end of it all, you're closer to God, something like that. I mean, that's just. But you have to make an agreement with suffering. You have to make an agreement with being hungry. You have to get over that, and not let it ruin your day, and not let that have your
Entering North Quincy.
bad feelings or your discomfort, not to use that as an excuse to have a bad impact on other people. So what if you're grumpy? So what if you're hungry? You agreed to this. You can just make a new agreement with yourself, have something to eat, have that snack. So, it's time to cut out sugar. It's time to cut out bread and pasta. It's a staple of my freezer, Stouffer's French bread pizza. I love it. It's nice and easy, and you just put it in the toaster oven. And cutting out sugar is, you have belly fat, and your body's not going to melt the potential energy stored in that belly fat while you're eating sugar. It's going to burn that sugar first.
Next stop,
So you have to,
JFK UMass.
that's the balance of things. But then and it takes a few weeks to be like, oh God, I feel terrible. But then you start feeling great again. And, are you in a vicious cycle, or are you in a virtuous circle? I don't know. I don't have answers. All I have are more questions. And I'm a chef too, so it's like I'm an active person. I'm on my feet for 8 hours straight. I work around food. I have to smell things. I have to taste things. I have to, make sure things are quality. You have to taste. What kind of chef doesn't taste their sauces? I mean, no, you have to taste everything. It's called quality assurance. You need to make sure everything smells right, everything tastes right, everything looks right. I mean, there's nothing more sensuous than eating. I mean, humans are hardwired to avoid foods that are spoiled and bad for them. Yeah, I'm looking forward to walking into a very busy day. That's okay. I'm going to put in my wireless headphone in one ear. We're blessed and grateful. I'm so grateful that the chef and managers allow us to use one headphone. Because it's like, it's technically a workplace hazard. I mean, there's nothing in the world worse than having 3 different people with their wireless JBL speakers with 3 different music sources. And it's just like, do you understand this is the workplace? This is a neutral place. This is a place for all employees to work, not just your little creature comforts. If you want to listen to music, go home. Leave. This is a neutral space. You don't have any right to have a negative impact on anyone around you. And that includes your stupid music. I know, because I was a young chef once, and we used to play music all the time. But it can get carried away, and that can turn into entitlement. You'd be like, who are you to tell me? Why don't you mind your own business? Well, you've made it my business by having a bad impact on me. Sorry. I mean, I got Running Up the Hill by Kate Bush in my head. I've never seen Stranger Things. People are like, Sully, you haven't seen Stranger Things? I'm like, nah. Let me take off my hat. It's like, dry off my head a bit. I haven't shaved my head in a few days. My head razors in Medford. Running up that hill, make a deal with God. Running up that song came out in 85, 40 years ago. I was 12 years old. And 85 was a wonderful year. The new wave was breaking on the beach. It had come full surf. The new wave, the new romantics. It was a great time to be a kid. Star Wars had just ended a little bit before that. We had all these cartoons and all these toys. I had all these, we were a bunch of kids. We had a good, tight group of friends and found family. I wasn't a Kate Bush fan back then. She was strange. She still is. But now I look back on it and I'm like, God, she's so beautiful. Wow, what a woman. Like if I had a time machine. I mean, go back and woo Kate Bush. And look at all the headlights of the cars on Interstate 93 at 5:30 in the morning. And the traffic is it's just flowing. They're like little red blood cells in an artery. Or are they white blood cells and then the red lights of the opposite direction? They're the red blood cells. However you want, man. That's just a metaphor. That's the Seven Hills station behind us. We don't stop there. And the day starts. And one of my favorite quotes from Lord of the Rings is Theoden King of the Rohirrim. There is a sword day, a red day. Ere the sun rises. I miss smoking weed. I miss the smell, the taste, how it feels on the tip of your nose when you're inhaling and exhaling, the whole process, the whole ceremony, the whole thing of it. But I'm grateful and blessed that I don't stink like a Cheech and Chong movie anymore. That my clothes don't stink like that. That my living space doesn't smell like that.
JFK UMass.
That I'm not, I stopped inhaling combustibles and igniting things, and that goes for vape pipes as well too. It's like JFK UMass, boom boom. I'm grateful and blessed that, first thing in the morning, I look up the transit authority's website, being like, all right, any surprises today? Am I taking a shuttle bus? Am I going to be late? But no. But there's a service alert. Like the last weekend of January, my end of the system is going to be shut down for Saturday and Sunday. That's good to know. And there's plenty of time ahead to Hopefully I'll be all moved in by then. I only got about 2 trips left. I mean, the only things I got left in Medford are I got all my clothes, all my movies. I got so many DVDs. I got a couple 100 DVDs and Blu-rays. I mean, but they're all in, I have them in a DVD shelf or Blu-ray shelf.
Andrew.
So it's going to wrap it up with saran wrap. Call it a day, because I've done that before. It's really easy. It's better than it's about the same weight as a box too. I got all my clothes, my movies, all my books. I got so many books, and my bloody comic books. I have 14, 15 short boxes, and they're like 25 pounds each. So with that buddy, that's 7 trips. And as always, going past my old childhood neighborhood, the South Boston Projects, the Mary Ellen McCormick Housing Development, and there is my childhood bedroom. And I look at it every time I go by. It's right there in the corner. My view of Interstate 93 and the Red Line. And guess what my view is in my condo? Interstate 93 and the Red Line. Plus les mêmes change, plus les mêmes choses. It's so funny. Well, we're going to wrap it up. Thank you so very much for tuning in to Live and Learn, the Gratitude Show, first thing in the morning. What are you grateful for? I'm grateful for my mom, my stepdad, my aunties, my uncles, my cousins, all of my cousins, and my found family, my friends, my acquaintances, my coworkers, my guests, my bosses, the people around me. You know, I'm grateful for peace. I'm grateful for being content. I'm grateful that I lived this long to achieve that I got to grow out of that angst and that entitlement. There's a lot of entitlement that goes around with anger and angst. And to figure that out. You know, I mean, and God bless you. God bless all of us. Thank you so much for tuning in today. God bless. Namaste. Good luck. And we will see you tomorrow with more Live and Learn. All right. Bye-bye.